The moon over Glaewen Reach hadn't risen in 3 nights. People whispered that the sky had turned its face away. The harbor smelled of brine and copper, and the bells in the temple rang without wind. We all felt the weight of something unspoken, but no one dared name it, not aloud. I spent my days gathering memory petals from the cliffs near the observatory, their pale blue shimmer faint now, fading with the rest of the world's color. They only bloomed where someone had once wept from love, and fewer people fell in love these days. Fewer still survived it. My work was simple. I distilled feeling into ink. People came from villages I'd never heard of, clutching names they couldn't say, asking me to write letters they didn't have the heart to compose. Regret, longing, confession. My quill drank it all. It was how I found her name. It wasn't spoken, it was etched, hidden beneath the black seal of a mourning envelope someone left on my doorstep. No return sigil, no signature, only a single phrase beneath the wax. Do not forget her. The letter inside was written in a language I hadn't seen in years. Violic, old tongue of the Celeria, people gone long before I was born, but I recognized the name. Oren, my sister, dead 20 years. Burned in the Skyfall Temple fire during the last war. I remember holding her scarf as they lowered the empty casket, smoke still clinging to the threads, and yet the letter claimed she was alive. Imprisoned in the obsidian keep, beyond the rift veil, by him, the Shadowbinder, the villain of bedtime tales, the grief behind half the missing in our histories, the silence between names carved into memorial walls. I'd known him once. Not as the world did, but as Nerith. He was never cruel, not at first. He was just tired. Of death, of gods who demanded offerings, of people who lit candles and forgot the light was once a flame. We were both apprentices then, bound to opposing temples. He carried shadow, I carried song. We met at the Convergence Festival where magic runs freely and names are given in truth. He never offered his. But one night beneath lanterns that floated like fireflies, he kissed me, and I let him. He told me I reminded him that even shadow needs warmth to exist. I told him I'd never love someone I couldn't see in sunlight. So he made a dawn, just for me, painted the sky with his own magic, breaking a vow that cost him his title, his temple, his future. He vanished the next day, and when the temple burned, they blamed him. So did I. Until the letter. The seal was marked with my family's crest. Someone wanted me to find her or to believe. Either way, I couldn't breathe until I knew. I crossed the veil in silence, disguised as a head scribe. No one stops a woman carrying ink. They fear what she might write. The keep rose from the mountains like a scar, silent, patient, and at the gate stood Nerith. He hadn't aged, still cloaked in shadow, but his eyes, God's, his eyes were hollow, like he'd poured himself into something that never gave back. You came, he said, barely above a whisper. I wanted to scream, to strike him, to ask why, but my voice was smoke. She's not dead, I said. He nodded. You took her, she asked me to. My heart cracked in two. You lie. He stepped aside, and there in the courtyard beyond the obsidian walls stood Oren, pale, thinner but alive, and smiling. I told him to burn the temple, she said. I begged him. They were going to sacrifice us, Arya, all of us, every girl with magic. The council knew the gods were starving, and we were the feast. I shook. No one would listen. Nerith added, so I made them watch it fall. I wanted to run from the truth, from them, from myself. But Oren's hands were warm when she took mine. We survived, she said. But we lost everything. You can be angry, but don't be blind. We stayed in the keep for 3 days. Nerith never asked forgiveness. He didn't expect it, but when he looked at me, there was something left, a flicker, a name he once tried to give me and never could. And on the 4th morning I left, not in hate, not in peace, but in choice. I returned to the Reach. The moon rose that night for the first time in weeks, and when I dipped my quill, the ink glowed, because now I had a story worth writing, one that remembered the truth and didn't look away.